This is where the cows are. Now, I've not really shown you the cows before. They just came off of the winter property. And back here, a week and a half ago-ish, if you can make out movement, they're under the trees back there. But you can see where I've just moved the fence. You can see this fence post and this white line goes all the way down and around the tree, where you can see the white face down there a little bit. So this is what they're grazing right now. It is tall, quite tall. This is where they were yesterday, and you can see their little path that they stood longingly gazing at the other side, although they get a huge section. There's just 5 of them. They get a rather large section per day, but they're eating it. So you can see this here where they walked, and then you can see this trail here. That's kind of showing you how much they get each day. It's about the space, generally about the space of from one metal post to the next in the fence line. And it runs from down there, well, you can see the grass, that's where the fence line is, all the way to here behind me. So they're getting strips per day. They're not eating the nettle, they're not eating the blackberries, so they're certainly not hungry, but they are grazing down everything quite nicely, trampling it down nicely. It's been really wet. This is usually our driest spot, which is why they start here in the spring. But as you can see, there's standing water everywhere, and I am wet up to my waist. It has been a very wet spring. So my hope is to bring this fence line out a little farther today. I haven't had a chance to do it for a couple of days, but I try to follow them and give them their pasture today and give them their space from yesterday, and that's it. Bring the fence line up to the edge of the day before so that they can have a space to walk that's not grassy, but that they don't continue to trample on what was grazed days ago, but also it encourages them to trample on what is been grazed yesterday and being grazed today. I've mentioned the trampling, the pressing down. This is their walkway here. The pressing down, the breaking of the reedy part of the grass, as well as the other grasses, and the manure, and all the other waste as they are recycling the grass back into the ground to make better soil and to add to the soil base. This is where they started. You can see there's different types of grass just even by the colors of the field. Down at the bottom it's pretty wet, which is pretty typical. They don't usually go into it, although they did this time. Up here at the top, usually things dry out quickly, especially in the summer, but it hasn't been drying out. See, this is the top of this little hill, so it's pretty wet. I don't know if I can zoom in. Hey, look at that. So you can see them under the trees there, as content as can be. One of them is a super ornery sucker, so it makes me a little nervous to be all that close to them, but they'll get over it.